Unfortunately, many men, especially in today's times, don't know or don't understand the benefits of home ownership and how it can create financial security and the ability to invest in self-betterment for yourself and for generations to come. Many, or too many men, apparently don't understand the benefits of home ownership. Of course, there are some men who could care less about establishing wealth, establishing income. They don't want the responsibilities of owning a house. They can just go home, not have to cut grass. They love renting. If something breaks down, they call the landlord, hey, come fix this for me. Hey, I get it. For some men, it's just simply not needed. I get that. Now, for those of us who would like to have more, but their father maybe wasn't able to leave them anything because they were also unaware, start now. There is a benefit in owning property and in leaving that asset for your children. It grows wealth for generations to come. We're given property. They could use this property towards student loans, towards business investment, so on and so forth, and it helped their families to grow wealth. So there are benefits to home ownership. We just have to make sure the young men understand that and they're aware of it. Now, people that are born into wealthy families or middle class families, they educate their young. They help their young understand or see the benefits of owning property, of owning assets, on how to grow wealth, on how to properly take care of their families. Now, I'm not saying that these families are more responsible than you if you just so happen to be lower than middle class. But what I am saying is those families make sure they educate their children on what it is to be wealthy, what it is to be successful. They show them how to buy homes, what happens beneficially to own property and be able to use that property to pay off student loans, to pay for college, to invest in businesses, and to further grow a family's wealth and their income base. They make sure their children are educated on these things. They are also living examples. So not only do the kids hear about it, they see it. And these kids are become used to living a certain lifestyle. And that motivates them even more to continue living that lifestyle. Just remember that if the kids don't know, then they just simply don't know. And you can't necessarily be mad at them if they don't know. They have to be educated on these things. So remember to educate young men on why it is important to own property, even if whether you're with the mother or not, or whether you're living with the kids or not. It's important to hand something down to them. And in some cases, it breaks cycles. It breaks cycles. So leave them something to build with. And those opportunities could actually fix the family dynamic. Now, occasionally, there will be someone who was born lower than middle class. They were born poor. Sometimes, occasionally, these individuals make it out. And they're able to make it out in enough time to show their kids something better. As a matter of fact, there's a young lady I know who I respect a whole lot. She was my broker once upon a time. And I watched how she did her best to educate her sons. And one of her sons was flipping houses by the time he was 18. It was impressive, and it just motivated me to work even harder at what I was doing because I wanted to live by her example, to be able to leave something for my kids to build on, to actually show them how to invest and how to better their situation and provide their kids with a life that I didn't have. So, once again, I repeat, even if you don't have it now, there are other ways to show your children or to leave them something so they'll have a better chance at success than what you may have had. And we have to let them know, because too many of our men and young men are unaware of how not owning property or not owning houses is continuing to hurt our communities. Okay. And I'm just not talking about our community. There are other communities that are also suffering from the ignorance. There are more and more people stepping away from the home ownership. Some of it is not because they're deciding to step away. The economy has changed a whole lot, and it's becoming more and more difficult for the middle class, and especially for the lower class, to even get to the point to where they can buy a house. But that's a topic for another time. But too many young men, especially in the Black community, are unaware of how owning a home can stop generational poverty. If you own that property, you can actually leave your kids something to build with for the next generation. Now, of course, you can't just leave them a house. You have to educate them on what to do with the house once they do get it. But it gives them a start. Regardless of what may have happened between you and your children, try. It's not too late. Leave them something. If not a property, they've got insurance policies. You can leave them something. Just some advice. And the reason I'm giving that advice is because some of us don't realize that even if you don't own assets, you can leave your kids with $250,000 with the right insurance policy. I do that too. Real estate and insurance, yes. Home inspections, yeah, I do all that. But anyway, information's in my link. I'm just saying. But once again, even if you leave them an insurance policy or a real estate asset, you have to teach them the steps. You have to actually direct them on what to do with the property when they get it. Don't just blow the money. Please don't, because that will continue the cycle of poverty. Show them how to invest it. Show them how to turn that house into 2 houses, into 3 houses, into 4 houses, and keep it going. Just remember that what good is the money with no plan? They have to have a plan. And it's, in many cases, they have to be shown what that plan is. I appreciate you sharing your time with me. If you could do me a favor, just hit the like button real quick. It'll help me out. I'm new to the game, but I promise to try to bring you better content and improve every video as I make them. In the meanwhile, you take care of yourselves. Once again, it's been a pleasure. Talk to you later.